who we are. That makes us that superhuman being that we are all not looking at. The potentials that we have to do things is just unimaginable, but we underestimate ourselves. And we think that we really need to, as it were, take a back seat and then watch what is going to happen. But we've been given that resource, the biggest resource in the history of mankind, that's the brain, to do so many things. And if Thomas Edison got his whole industry fenced down, and then he was able to tell the guy who was interviewing him that since this industry was created out of this brain that you see, out of this head, you should know that the same head can create yet another bigger industry, and he did. So the richest resource we have as humans, it's not the diamond and the gold. And when we talk about these resources in economics, where we say the act of God, I mean, is something that is natural resource. We forget that we are also a natural resource. We are also a natural resource because we were made by God. All right? We are also a natural resource. So a country's greatest resource is the brain. And so what we should be focusing on is not to be chasing this gold and diamond and all that. So because the rich nations who have had this, it has never helped them, but rather develop the human intellect and train the brain to think, because it's the thinkers who move this world. The thinkers are those who create products and services for us, because they go outside the box and bring something that has never been known, and that then becomes something extraordinary. So what kind of the training, whatever training we are giving you, is to put you, I mean, in that, I mean, give you that leverage to put you ahead of that. And I keep saying that it's only the Japanese who have been able to use their brain very well. Guess what? It's just 5%. So they have 95% on tap, and that's what they've done for their country. They are earthquake-prone area, and every day they think of how earthquake, when it attacks them, it will not destroy their building, yet they're having tall buildings. You get it? And look at what the Japanese, they have done. We talk about electronics and automation, they're on top, because the brain thinks. So we need to put ourselves in a condition that will help us think. And that's why I'm saying that you create that scenario that I have lost my job, I have nothing to do, and see what the brain can do. You begin to think, because you don't want to sit and go hungry, right? So I just wanted to share some of these things with you and for you to know that your greatest resource you have is the brain. And you have not tapped into it. Wachi was saying something that sometimes you need somebody to discover who you are, all right, to make you know who you are. And I think that any human being, whether educated, formally or informally, has the capacity. If that person is trained and given the tools for the person to know how to unlock, okay, unleash him or himself into the world, that person should be able to succeed. I mean, I have no doubt, whether the person is trained or not trained, once that person is made aware that you have this capacity to do these things, the person can achieve, I mean, that. So I believe that there's no one who is uneducated or unintelligent, okay? That somebody, they say the guy doesn't know anything. There's nothing like that. The person has the brain. The person has the brain, and that person can unleash him or himself when he is given the proper guidance training. So what I'm going to do is not just to really train you. I just want to open up I mean, that skills, I mean, collapse the skills that you have. That is really it's not giving you the opportunity to see. So once we collapse that, or you crack that skills, and you can see, and you see that this is the real world, this is what is happening, then, I mean, you come to that consciousness and say that, hey, I have this potential, right? I did something, and I think I can show, I was showing this to, I mean, Josephine. I never knew that I did some work for, and I think I did, what was it? There was this thing on the occupational health and safety, right? And let me show you this. That is the video. Occupational health and safety. And what happened during the COVID-19 pandemic. Someone was supposed to teach this course, and something happened, and the person was unable to teach this particular course. So I said I will not do, I'll not be able to do the face-to-face, but I'll do online. And then because I wanted to teach online, I decided to record. So I recorded this. And one of the days I was just there, I think 3 days ago, and I said, okay, I was talking about this online thing, and I went there. Not knowing I had 28,000 views. 28,000 views. 28,000 people across the globe. And I'll show you, I showed this thing to Josephine. I don't know if some of the comments are here. I want to see the one that has let me see the comments. Just want to show you. I think this is not it. Occupational health and safety. There's one particular one that has the views. I think this is it. This comment, okay, let me just go to the okay, it was here. So this is the view. So this is what I saw. 28.9K. And then I went to the comment. And this is what I saw. So I started now adding my, it said this has helped me massively with the occupational health and safety assignment. Says, I really appreciate your presentation, very helpful. Another, thank you. I followed this course and I passed a master's degree examination. Okay. Another one here, marvelous, keep it up. Say, what about spiritual well-being? And he said, I'm currently studying this major and the video helped improve my understanding. And then a quiet number. He said, I'm doing MSc Occupational and Health and Safety in Thailand. It is a very interesting field. Someone said, thanks, doctor, for explaining it crystal clear. I completed my MSc Chemistry. Can I pursue this? And then you are the best teacher. I love your teachings. And another one. This one is Ted Jerome Jenkins. 5 months ago, I just saw it. So even check. He said, I'm an occupational health and safety professional in the US. I recently began studying what other nations are doing to protect workers from workplace hazard. Great intro video. I like how you called out employees' responsibilities. Too many times, safety professionals focus on management only, but safety needs to be embraced by everyone. Cheers. All right. And a number of these. Here again, this one is the interesting one. Here again, in the perfect example showing that those who think that they are smarter than people coming from Africa or Afro descendants, just because they have white skin color are really wrong and stupid. I'm a student from Ukraine University. I have this course in my semester. Unfortunately, the lecturer can't lecture, but sent the link of this wonderful video explaining everything like it was doing it to children. Can you imagine? A lecturer from Ukraine. Of course, he didn't know that the war was coming. A lecturer from Ukraine. Guys, do you know what we can do as individuals? A lot of them, a lot of them. Do you have any idea what we can do? This is, let me tell you, I didn't upload it because when I'm doing uploading, I want visibility. I use the hashtag and all that. I didn't do any of it. I just put the video there that students, you can refer to it. So it was not a video when you search, you should see easily. It was not on the top 20 or top 100, but had 28,000 views. And you have very top class professors and professionals talking about the video. It was 3 days ago when I saw this and I realized that, hey, you need to relax and start building context. All right? This can be monetized. So just to let you know that whatever it takes for you to make it in life is in you. It's nowhere. It's in you. And all you need to do is to forget about any fear. Any fear. Forget about it. What is fear? It's false evidence appearing real. False evidence. Somebody who said the fear is there. What is it? What if it happens? So why don't you deal with it? Why don't you deal with it? The worst things can happen. You can lose. The worst thing that happened to me, I lost my mother. The worst thing I can lose my wife. I can lose my children. Anything can happen. But the question is, how do you bounce back? So already when I'm living this life, I'm only dealing with things that I suspect that will happen. So I'm proactive. So once they happen, they will not affect me. Today I was talking to my pro VC. And I was telling him, he was looking at my face. I say, Master, let me tell you, I'm a businessman. This content you guys are doing, jumping here. Me, I'm a businessman. And I'm here to make money. Do you get it? So when people are talking, I just look at them. I look at the substance in it. What do I get from it? And I make sure those things that can help me succeed. And that is why there are some meetings I'll never attend, because you guys are happy discussing problems whilst there are solutions to work. I'll leave you and work with the solutions because I don't have time. Every minute, every day, the time is moving. Okay. And as human beings, we need to write our names on the crossroads of history that we have ever lived on this earth. That we didn't come and just add to the numbers. We need to, sign, make sure that people know that we existed. And that's why I just want us to take ourselves to the next level. So if you have this mindset, you can never go hungry. So that's what I want you guys to know. All right. And it's very, very important. All right. You create your own destiny, and that destiny is in your hands. That destiny can be created based on the biggest and the most amazing resource God has given to you. That is the brain. And thank God you have somebody to spur you on. And then Wachi puts it this is somebody to spark us the way the car is parked. So once you are sparked, you should be able to achieve that. You should be able to go to your room alone and write that salary you want to earn there and tell yourself that, wallahi talai, I will make it. There's a guy, when I used to play football, we went to Togo to play a professional league. And we'll sleep and wake up, and when we are doing the devotion and when we are finished, this guy will go into the bathroom, and whilst whilst you know footballers, while singing, at a point in time, he would break and say that whether God likes it or not, me, I'll make it. And he puts it in our local dialect. Wow. And we thought that this guy was just making, and it was true. He was telling himself, he tells himself every day. Okay. And sometimes when I talk to my kids, I tell them that you are looking at $1 million guy. I mean, a multi-billionaire. That's what you are looking at. Me, that you are looking at. That's the person you are looking at. And you guys, I'm going to shock you. All right. Because I know the things that I have to do. Thankfully, we know. It's not that we do not know. Take this, the richest guy, the most richest guy on earth, Elon Musk. Read about him. What did he do extraordinary? What did he do? He used the brain, the very resource that we all have. That's what Elon Musk used. Zuckerberg used the same brain. And you have it. You get it. You have it. So I think that's about it. The future is now. And the conditions you create today will dictate how life will look at or smile at you tomorrow. The conditions you create today is going to lead to that, right? And indeed, we have everything. And more importantly, what we have is the brain. Let's use it to achieve whatever we want to achieve in this life. So thank you so much for your time.